It's the end of May. It is springtime. Everything's getting greener, the flowers are blossoming, but it's raining, and that's probably why. This is the third week in a row that I'm having a rainy brewery run. So I'm in Den Bosch right now, so let's get started with the run. Today I'm doing the brewery run in Bosch, or Den Bosch for short. Bosch meaning the Duke's Forest in Dutch. And I got shortened to just the forest. The Duke is Henry I, who founded the city and gave it city rights in 1198. The forest, there used to be a big swampy forest area here when he founded the city. There still is a lot of green, as you can see behind me. And at some point we're going to end up in a big park, but I don't think there's a lot of forest left here. Utrecht, where I did my last brewery run, used to be the biggest city in the Netherlands around the 15th century. Around that time, Den Bosch was the second largest city, and it really flourished until 1463, when a big fire destroyed about 4,000 houses here. Now behind me here is the St. John's Church. They believe that they started building it in 1220, and over the years they kept adding to it. This is probably the most beautiful Gothic church they have in the Netherlands. It is a beautiful building. Den Bosch is also famous for the binnendienzen, which are canals inside the city. They're not like in Amsterdam or Utrecht. They're really narrow, and they go through and underneath the houses. And then a tour there, they take you out on boats there. It's really beautiful, and yeah, you go underneath the houses, which is kind of cool. Famous painter that came from Den Bosch was Bosch, hence the name Bosch. He's probably one of the greatest painters of the Northern Renaissance, and he was born here, and as a boy of 13 in 1463 he witnessed the big fires here, which was probably a big inspiration for a lot of his paintings. Den Bosch is a beautiful city. There's always a lot going on and we love coming here, even though we don't really come here that often, maybe a couple times a year. But it's about an hour away from where I live. So let me explain how the Netherlands work for Dutch people. This is the Netherlands. Now Vlaardingen is here. To the north, we don't really go a lot. On this side, on the north, we go there to go to Amsterdam, or to go to the airport, to go to a different country. The east side on the north, that's just too far away for us, so we don't really go there unless it's like a weekend away, or there's a really cool run going on, if there's a reason to go there. So for us, this kind of is the area where we roam, what is the Netherlands, and Den Bosch is right in the middle of that, so it's perfectly situated, but still it's an hour away. And I know in the States sometimes some people drive an hour just to do their laundry, but here driving for an hour, that is a day trip. People don't like to travel that much. People don't drive for long periods of time just to do one thing. So yeah, an hour drive, that is kind of far away, and that's probably why we don't come here that often. But I think we should actually visit more often, because Den Bosch is a great city. Another thing that Den Bosch is really famous for is the bossenbol. The bossenbol is a pastry which is filled with whipped cream, covered in chocolate, and it's just delicious. And you can basically buy it all over the country, but it doesn't taste the same as it does here. They have the best ones here. It's from here, and people love it, and they actually line up for it. The best place to get it is Jan de Groot here, and people line up. So what do you think we're gonna do? We're gonna line up. Okay, so I have my bossenbol. I can really pass by the bakery and not get one. I normally don't really eat that much during my run, but I'll make an exception for this. This is good. This is good. All right, we're probably covered in chocolate now, but that was good. Now back to running. The brewery that I'm visiting today is the city brewery Jongens van de Wit. They were founded in 2016 and they're inside the city bar Jongens van de Wit. Inside the bar you can actually see the tanks that they brew in, and you can see the brew process, so that's pretty cool. On their website they have 9 different beers that they brew, and they brew them all with local biological products. Okay, that was a brewery run in Den Bosch. Got another medal and my beer with a glass. So yeah, the weather's not that great. Started out all right, but yeah, it's really wet now. But I had a good run. Den Bosch is always fun to be at, and this was actually my first run in Den Bosch, so I enjoyed this. I actually saw some sights that I hadn't seen before. All right, off to the next brewery run next week. It's going to be the last weekend of the brewery runs probably, so if you're in the Netherlands and you want to do one of these runs, make sure that you sign up for next weekend, Saturday and Sunday, the brewery runs or the wine runs. Until next time, get out there and run.